That's all right though. Shit, let's cook. You know what I mean? Cook while we cook. You know what I mean? Even if you make a
Sir.
cook.
I love the sound of that. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, and welcome everybody back for the last time to the Built Different Show. It's episode number 129, and as you guys heard what I said, it's the last time. We will be changing the name of this moving forward to a different sports show. The Built Different moniker, we want to, kind of send it on its way because that's going to be in the past. And we got a lot of good stuff for you guys moving forward. I'm your host, Thomas Saxby. I'm here with my co-hosts, Matt and Kem, here with a different conversation as always. We're going to be talking about football. We're going to be talking about basketball, a little baseball as always. So as the saying goes, or I don't know what fucking saying was going to follow that, but Matt, how are you? Why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, man.
As the saying goes, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. You guys know that.
Here we fucking go. You can't just hit that.
There we
go.
go.
I don't know what saying was going to follow, but.
Bro, for some reason, it just popped in my head to say as the saying goes, but like the saying didn't follow.
Yeah. That's pretty clean.
All right. You know, it's always the same over here for me, though, big dog. But one thing I do want to say to open this up. So I recently just went to my first pro football game. I've been to college games. I've been to minor league baseball games. I've even been to I don't know what it's called for hockey, if it's minor league or whatever it is, but I've been to those, but I've never actually been to a professional high level game. And I went to the Cowboys and Jets game this past Sunday. It was a blowout. Jersey sucks. I'm just saying the state as a whole. I've been there a few times, but this shit was fucking awful. People don't know how to drive there. But anyway, back to the sporting event. That shit was fire, man. I've never experienced something like that before, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting up with you guys and going to some games this year, man. 100%. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, if you're throwing that down, then yeah, let's do it. We gotta.
Got to. I'm already planning to maybe try to go to a Patriots game. So, but that's in the works.
Let's do. I would love to see Drake May ball. I am here for that, brother. How you doing, Ken? What's up?
Man, I'm pretty dope, man. I can't complain, man. You know, I had a little one have a birthday yesterday, man. So all that tells me is that I'm getting older.
Birthday.
Yes, to the baby girl. You know what I mean? The princess of the family. It's kind of exciting for me, man. In the next couple of months here, I'm also going to be watching her graduate. Like I said before, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. The second woman in my family. You know what I mean? And she's also graduating from an HBCU. So that's hella amazing for me, right? So, but listen, man, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let me open up straight like this, right? Listen, man, I really, really, really got to send a loud, heartfelt, I don't know, to Philly, right? Listen, man, it was a sad day in Philadelphia sports, right? It's kind of crazy.
Yo,
right?
That was one of the worst days I've ever seen for a sports city ever.
It's kind of crazy, man. You know, I kind of tap into the baseball only when it's the time for, like right now, when we get into the wild card, the pennant race and everything like that, man, it's kind of a great feeling around baseball. It's something that it'll never die, right? But it was kind of crazy to know that it was hanging in the balance, man, 2-2 in the 11th inning, man. It was a simple play to be made, man, that you learn in Little League. You understand what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy for the guy to have a brain fart like that and actually try to throw the guy out at home. You know what I mean? Instead of just making a play at at first base to kind of kill the whole fucking inning. It was crazy to actually witness that. Then we got to talk about the second part, right? Now, the second part of this game, man, we got to talk about, hey, man, listen, man, all my gang, they already know, man, Philly, y'all know I love you. Plus, knowing Tom is a fan, man. Listen, man, this is kind of crazy, man. Listen, man, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, to be honest with you, I'm going to give you a few words. Pedestrian, anemic, predictable, and not to mention slow. You understand what I'm saying? By NFL standards. Listen, man, even though Jalen Carter was not there, they let Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo totally get off. It was crazy. Jackson Dart, 17 to 25, 195 yards, a rushing TD, and he threw a TD, about 55 or so yards, 58 yards rushing. Then you go to the other side of the ball. Well, not even. Let's stay there. You got Cam. What he had? 3 touchdowns, 98 yards, 19 carries. It's a crazy, crazy thing for New York. Now, it's something to look forward to in the years to come, but this is to highlight how crazy the NFL champions or Super Bowl champions of last year, look like last night. Listen, man, the Giants have not won on Thursday Night Football in 9 straight years, okay? It's kind of crazy. The city hasn't felt like this in 25 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like real talk, since they won the last Super Bowl. So it's kind of crazy, man. That's what I wanted to kind of open up with, right? And kind of talk about that. With having like AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, you know what I mean? Fucking Jalen Hurts, who is actually hurting them right now. This is what this is about. Who is actually hurting them right now, who's looked phenomenal in the last two Super Bowls that he's played. I literally watched him, guys. You understand what I'm saying? When he had clear advantages, you understand what I'm saying? Like long down the field advantages, not throw the ball and take the short fucking underthrow. That was scary for me, man. That I don't know what's going on in Philadelphia. I know that this kind of happens. You know what I'm saying? Like every year because they have a new OC, and this is, you know what I mean? He's getting another OC and learning again, but he's also a vet to where as though I heard him calling trash, you know what I mean? Which means that he's scrapping plays, right? He should be doing that shit a whole lot more. You understand what I'm saying? Because something is not right. Watching them run that tush push 4 straight plays, that's enough. But I'm sorry, man. I'll get off the pot and let y'all go ahead and cook, man. But I had to say something about that. That had me torn up, man, watching that.
Well, I have we could argue about the Eagles a little bit later because I wanted to talk about them specifically as well. I share in some opinions. I heavily disagree in some of your opinions.
That's fine.
But I'll say this about the Giants though. They got a dog in Jackson Dart. I think it's cool to see that they have a quarterback that they can be confident in again. It's been a little bit, the whole end of Eli Manning, Daniel Jones, that was a disaster. All the backup QBs, and now they land on Jackson Dart. I like what I see from him so far. I think if you're the Giants, you got to keep Russell Wilson out the game. I know y'all saw him come in the game and just throw the ball to the ground real quick. I like Jameis Winston has been such a positive influence for that team as well, and they're doing this all with a very hurt offense. They have key injuries. Malik Neighbors being the biggest name on that list. So from a football standpoint, it was cool to see that the Giants are still putting up a lot of fight this season when they have no business at all or any real chance at the playoffs unless of course they continue to do this every week. What do you think, Matt?
I more on the side of agreeing with Kim on the fact of like they're playing slow, they're playing lazy. I think it's 100% has to do with the new offensive coordinator. Think it's kind of a championship hangover type of thing. Like, we did it. Now we're going to backpedal and play down to our competition, which they fucking shouldn't be doing because it's not like they have one of the easiest, like, roads ahead. So it's like, I have a take about them later, so I'm not going to spoil it here. I just think it's interesting to see the last 2 weeks. Interesting. That's all.
Okay, fair enough. So listen, fellas, my opening take, and Kem, thank you for killing the Eagles early. You locked me right in
Uh-oh.
to this episode. But I want to take a page out of Kem's book. I don't have a real sports opening take. I just want to thank the fellas. I just want to thank you, Matt. I want to thank you, Kem. V-Man, you're gonna be watching this episode. I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys ultimately for sticking with me. Not a lot of people have stuck with me over the last couple of years, and everything that's kind of went down in my whole life. That's a conversation for a different episode when we want to dig a little deeper on that. But especially lately, with the little, health issues that I've been battling, all this other shit. I just want to thank the fellas. You guys mean the world to me that, you guys still want to, take a couple hours out of your day, just sit down, talk sports and keep this train moving. We have a lot of exciting stuff for you guys. As I said, we're changing some names around. We're doing some things. We'll surprise you on the next episode with what we're really, truly, actually doing. But for now, just a big old thank you to everyone involved, everyone that's still tuning into us, everyone that's still, hitting me up. Like I get messages randomly of people just saying, "Whoa, you guys are funny as shit," stuff like that. And honestly, it really does mean the world to me. And especially you two, don't ever think I don't appreciate you guys because I appreciate the living shit out of you guys. Now let's dig in. LeBron James is hurt. You guys are the Lakers fans. I'll give my opinions after, but I wanted to start with this. So it's been an interesting little path here. The Henny commercial, we could start off to the beginning of the offseason.
Not
Does
commercial.
LeBron want to stay? Does LeBron want to go? Locks into the 1 year on Kai Cenat stream, sciatica, Henny, or what's going on?
Matt, kick us off.
It's been an interesting offseason for sure. One of the first off seasons from LeBron that we've seen be like this. Usually it's all right, that first month off, banana boat time, let's go vacation, let's hang out, let's get the boys together. And then from there on out, it's work our ass off in the gym. We're putting up videos. We got him not knowing the lyrics to songs, fist bumping in the locker room, bald head. You always see a workout year for LeBron. This was an interesting offseason, funny offseason for LeBron. I'm here for, man. Bro, he's in his 22nd season. Like, he's just here at this point. And I mean, yeah, the injury it's tough. But we're gonna be able to open the floor up to have other guys contribute early on into the year. Shit starts in 11 days of this recording, so I'm
Yes,
ready for
sir.
it. And Luca is gonna put his foot down early, hopefully, and let's just get the other guys involved. It's an early injury. As long as it doesn't nag on the whole year, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, Matt, for kind of keeping the air in my balloon right now, man. Because at the end of the day, who cares about regular season LeBron? You understand what I'm saying? Like, who cares about regular season LeBron, man? It's year 22, 23 right now. Like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let him go ahead and do what needs to be done. I think that the world is kind of coming down a little bit off of the announcement part 2 type deal and the Henny, that y'all referred to earlier. You know what I mean? But and kind of figuring out that a sciatica is something that's bothering him in his age. You know what I mean? Just kind of just lends to the age thing. All we actually need is everything that Matt just said. The players that we do have to kind of exercise their assets and what they bring to the squad so that we can filter out how we are going to look, for the long haul. It is more about LeBron being ready for the playoffs than it has anything to do with him in the regular season. It also means a lot more to Luka, you understand what I'm saying, to be able to establish, the leadership of the squad going forward as well. So it's kind of not a bad look right now. Who cares?
Yeah, and I like that you bring up the point of Luka establishing his leadership because it's almost a blessing in disguise for Luka and the Lakers. Like to what Matt said, you're gonna get to see, what you want to see from other guys like Laravia, Connect, all those guys. And then, on the other hand, though, I think we're like it's officially confirmed that LeBron is unk. Like LeBron is like officially
Yeah.
old because this is an old person injury. This is one of those ones that like if he overcomes sciatica, bro, he's just not human, bro. Because like
Yeah.
that's like an injury that just like even though it's 6 to 8 weeks recovery time or whatever, he'll have that now. Like that's something that just stays with you.
Oh, shit.
So I think he's just officially like old man now. Like I think like can he still ball and everything? Of course, we saw that last year. But I think he'll always be able to ball. I mean, I think Nick Wright is crazy for saying he could be an all-star at 50, but at the end of the day,
I mean,
um,
maybe.
no, I mean,
Just come on, just go, please.
but at the end of the day, I think just everyone's got to accept that LeBron's an old man now. I don't think
Yeah.
there should be too much negativity. I mean, business is business. He accepted the 1 year
Yeah.
option because it's 50 something fucking million. He would be
Yes.
stupid to deny that because he would only get maybe 20 to 30 million. That's maybe the
Mm-hmm.
most other teams would really, offer him
Yes.
on a different deal.
Yes.
You go to the Kai Cenat stream, it's just business. Like LeBron gets money from that. The Hennessy commercial,
He
one of
promoted
the best
sneakers.
business,
That was for
one of the
sneakers.
best business tactics I have ever seen. I get people are mad, whatever you want to say. I think that's your fault if you wanted to spend the $400 or $500 or whatever. Because if he officially, said that he was retiring, that price would have been even higher. So you would have lucked out doing that. But at the end of the day, that was just business. Why not? Everyone expecting him to retire. All eyes on the commercial. Henny.
Yeah.
It's underwhelming, but it is what it is. It's business.
The ill shit about the commercial was he actually looked pretty old in the commercial. You understand what I'm saying? So
He's
it was,
starting to, yeah.
yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like he looked pretty old. So it kind of was set up like, you know what I mean? Like a retirement type thing, but it was some old
Right.
man shit anyway, because it's Hennessy VSOP.
I had a
Yeah.
feeling it was going to be BS because he did something like this last year with Amazon Prime. I mean, I know it said advertisement on the bottom and everything and all that, but so Joe Flacco got traded to the Cincinnati Bengals. They're like, they're trying to do something. What's your guys' reaction to this one?
Shout out Jamar Chase, man. That motherfucker has been dude, I'm gonna say this later too, but that man has been fighting for his life out there, and he's finally got somebody who can maybe get him the fucking ball and shit. So it's
Going from can't to maybe. It's
exactly,
hey,
it's baby steps over here. Um,
Hmm.
and I mean, yeah, it's like you said, we knew he was gonna get shipped off somewhere. So just moving up the ranks for Shador. Jamar got somebody now. Cool. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, real light, real quick. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be starting Sunday, but Jamar Chase isn't going to play this Sunday. So, you know what I mean? Other than that, you know what I mean? It's just somebody to just hold the boat steady until, you know what I mean, Joe Cool gets back. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And then, you know, it's nothing really else to really say about that. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a fifth
uh,
rounder back, you know what I mean,
yeah.
for, you know what I mean? It's not anything. It's more about what's Cleveland's going to do. I'm looking forward to when we talk about that segment. It's nothing really here. He's an older
Right.
gentleman.
Because
You know
I,
what I
I
mean?
like I like Jake Browning, but I don't like him starting a lot of games in a row for you. I like him as your backup,
I don't like him at
comes
all.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean he's kind of showing how ass he is. But at the end of the day, I like Joe Flacco because he's a veteran. He's coming in. This is literally him. He's going to empty the tank. I'm pretty sure it's over after this.
Yeah.
Whether he does good or not, I'm pretty sure he's calling it a career after this season.
Mhm.
And Jamar Chase, that's really all. You just need someone to throw to Chase and Higgins. Open up that offense. All the Cincinnati Bengals need to do is get this back to Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow is going to come back like a motherfucking demon. If he can come back and this team is anywhere near playoff range, I can guarantee you Joe Burrow's throwing 400-yard games, doing everything he fucking can. I don't know about win or loss. I didn't say that they were gonna go on some tear, but I know he's gonna throw the hell out that ball when he comes back. So
The only thing I want to say is that his retirement may come sooner than the whole season, right?
yeah, with
Um,
that O line, I mean, shit.
yes, you know what I mean. Like, Joe is the only one that knows how to manipulate that chaos that they have there. You understand what I'm saying? He is not mobile. You know what I mean. I hope he makes it. You know what I mean, to the whole season and stuff like that. But he's up against it. You know what I mean. Being
Yeah,
mobile.
it'll be interesting. I thought it'll
Yeah.
be Joe Flacco is always fun, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the Giannis rumors are back, reignited.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis. I'll let you guys kind of take the floor. Whoever wants to go first.
You could run it,
Well,
Kevin.
it's light though. It's all over. You know what I mean? It's more about midseason now. But all it was like the Knicks was the only real destination that he was entertaining. It's crazy sources that says that Giannis, if he were ever to leave Milwaukee, the Knicks was the only team he seriously ever considered. The Bucks reportedly had trade talks in August. You know what I mean? In that window. You know what I mean? That exclusive negotiating window about him, but it never came close to a deal because at the end of the day, with the apron rules and everything that we have now, and the taxes that it costs, he's making like 54 million, you know what I mean, a year. So many teams, you know what I mean, can't really take him. But you know what I mean, the Knicks have money, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But it's more teams on paper, you know what I mean, that we kind of already throw around that kind of really would ever really be in the running for him just because of the assets and things like that they have. But the truth is that inside circles and all that kind of stuff says that he's still playing for like a mid-season, you know what I mean, type of trade. You know what I mean? Him and his I don't know how to pronounce his actual agent's last name. It's Sertasis or Serratis, you know
No.
what I mean? Something Alex Serratis. Sorry, brother, you know what I mean, but I appreciate, you know what I mean, you guys trying to figure out, you know what I mean, if we can get it done in the midseason. I mean, listen, man, I would love to see Giannis staying in Milwaukee, but all this stuff that comes out later, you know what I mean, kind of, and him going on vacation like he always does, he left it up. He leaves these things up to his agent, so it's kind of cool to know that he don't like to be muddy or in the muck. He really want to win. He really want to take care of business, and you can't be mad at that. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? That's something that you can't be mad at that. So that's all I really got about that.
He enjoys his
Mm-hmm.
off season. He was on
Mm-hmm.
stream with Speed. He was doing podcasts. He was on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He was chilling. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of go out like, what do we think that package would have looked like?
Mm.
Do we think it's Cat or do we think it's Achua and Bridges? Do we think like what do we think that's what that was looking like?
And that's the thing, like it's so tough because like one, the Knicks have to
They
like
would
kind of
never
take
say that
core
too.
pieces away from what they have to get Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it's like if he wants a mid-season trade, I don't see him getting traded unless he wants out so bad that it diminishes his value, because he
Mm-hmm.
has too much value. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we do a mid-season trade, you're talking about a team in the hunt giving up half of their team for Giannis,
Yeah,
trying to
it's
figure out a whole new
crazy.
chemistry.
And
And like right,
Milwaukee's
like
gonna want that.
yeah, and in the off season would have been the perfect time to trade him, but it didn't formulate, didn't get done. So I honestly think he's stuck in Milwaukee the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks to see all these rumors and stuff, because he's given all his loyalty to Milwaukee. They've given their loyalty to him. I feel like we're headed for maybe a very sour ending. Hopefully not. But he's kind of stuck there. So when people are stuck in a spot, it kind
Mm-hmm.
of gets sour. Like when we
Mm-hmm.
had the whole Anthony Davis Pelicans thing, it was really hard to determine his trade value until he absolutely was like,
Mm-hmm.
trade me. And then that's when the Lakers were able to open that door because it was more affordable to them. But the one thing that I found was interesting with all of that circulating is that his wife and kids are actually staying in Athens the whole year. So he's not going to have his family by his side while he's
Mm-hmm.
playing
Locked in.
this could be very miserable season. And that's a good point, Matt. Either do you guys think he's going to be a demon without his family there, or do you think he's going to be a disaster?
He's
Because
I
I
think
fine.
he's
think
gonna
it's
be a
only
demon.
one or two ways.
I think gonna be a demon.
I think he's gonna
Straight
be
out the gate. Straight out the gate. I think he's
no
gonna be a demon. I
distractions.
mean, yeah.
He's basically playing this hard to see his family. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
He's a big family man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
And to get what he wants. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and to get what he wants. With all of this in the air, with all of this in the air, just think about it. Put yourself in any high pressure situation in which that on the other side of it, you know what I mean, it's nothing but, you know what I mean, the bed of roses that you picture. You know what I mean? And you're in that position. You know what I mean? Let's put it there. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want my family around me for a minute. Let me lock in. Let me get this done. You understand? And then it's the life that we're gonna have. You know what I mean? For the rest of our lives.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things, man, that man, I look forward to seeing how he comes in. I look forward to
oh yeah.
it.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So last thing, and Kem, I'll let you lead this off. The
Mhm.
Yankees, the New York Yankees, are eliminated from the playoffs once again.
Mhm.
This time it wasn't in the World Series. This time it's technically the first round of the playoffs since it's past the wild card.
Mhm.
How are you feeling? I mean, the Yankees, man. I mean, Aaron Judge actually performed this time, and they couldn't get it done.
He did, but the rest didn't. Okay. I mean, the bullpen went crazy. Toronto's bullpen is what I'm saying. Actually went crazy.
Toronto came out of
Yes,
nowhere.
listen, man, the way that they were able to throw those 8 relievers in there, man, and kind of just shut us down. You know what I mean? There was no more hits to get. You know what I mean? It's horrible. Listen, man, I believe that the ruining of Cam Shitler's performance. Listen, man, listen, and the crazy thing is,
That was such a
listen,
performance.
listen, Jazz had been playing great too.
Yeah.
Jazz had been literally playing pretty good too. So it's really disheartening, man. But at the end of the day, we already know what we need. We need more bats and we need more bullpen help. You know what I'm saying? I think that but buying the big bats, some of the stuff that we were talking about earlier in the season, you know what I mean, should be fading. I think it's time for us to move on from the big guy as well. I think there needs to be a new voice in there, and we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks because the Yankees have so many contracts with so many different players that it's going to be near impossible for them to do what I feel like they need to do. They need to,
Aaron.
except for Judge, I feel like they need to strip this whole thing down. I'm talking like get coach out of there, get their general manager out of there. Like this is not working. The Yankees were bred on winning, and they have only won once.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would say once since I was born, because I don't really count like 99 and 2000, because I was a wee little lad.
Mm-hmm.
But me as a human being,
Mm-hmm.
I've only witnessed them win once, and I was pretty young, and that's probably the most for Yankees fans, especially these new Yankee fans. These newer Yankee fans, all they can do is be like 27 rings, 27
It's
rings,
like the
but
Cowboy fans.
yeah, exactly, and we're actually we're scarily getting into that territory,
Mm-hmm.
where if Alex Rodriguez didn't go to the Yankees, I don't know where we would be, with the Yankees right now.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I feel like you got to get the stink out of there, and the stink is just everywhere, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens in the offseason, but Judge's time is ticking down. I know Aaron Judge is fairly new to, a lot of people. He's only been in the, doing this for like 8-9 years, but man's in his 30s. So, time is definitely ticking. They got to do something to get him the team. And they did that last year. That was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking did what they needed to do
Mm-hmm.
last year. Let the man Juan Soto walk out of the fucking door.
That's what did it.
And I'm gonna say because they could have outbid the Mets. They could have just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And now here they sit. You saw Cody Bellinger, horrible strikeout to end the game. That was the replacement of Juan Soto.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it was nice to see Schlittler go off, but it might be one of those forgotten things, as we
Yes.
go into next season.
Yes.
Oh, Asia Wilson. We're gonna move further on into this episode.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe and leave some feedback, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Asia Wilson is on her way to becoming the GOAT of women's basketball if she's not already.
Mm-hmm.
What are your guys' big takes on this? They're up 3-0 as we record this. Maybe it ends after we're done recording this. How you guys feeling?
I just want to pop this in there real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we will ever see this in sports again. Asia Wilson hit the game-winning shot over a married couple. I don't know
I
if we
knew
will
one of
ever
y'all was going
see
to bring that up.
in sports history again. The iconicness. One of these days, I don't know if that couple has any adopted children. One of these days, if they do have any, like one of the kids is gonna be like, "Mom, did you get shot on by Asia Wilson?" And both of them moms are gonna be like, "Yep." And
You're
it's
grounded.
gonna be terrible.
We made one of them funny moments like when parents answer at the same time type shit.
Both gonna be different rooms. Yep. Oh, okay. Yep. No, it's just these last few years she's been on a historic run. Honestly, her whole short career at this point, she's just been historic, man. It's she's doing different things, and I think when they win this year, I would call her the WNBA's GOAT already. Like just by like sheer what she did in such a short time, and then like what she's still got potential to keep on doing. It's kind of like Kem's perspective with Pat in the NFL. Like he's already done this in such a short amount of time. Like how could you imagine him not keep doing this? That's kind of where I am with her. So it's just like, yeah, she's goated.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I love seeing this. The WNBA has been craving the media attention and all this for a while. Asia Wilson did not receive any of that attention, but now she has it. She took it. She took that attention. I think she even took it a little personally. Seeing Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese come in, get all this attention. Hats off to fucking Asia Wilson. Her game is great. One of those, female basketball players that everyone can just fucking appreciate her game across the board. I think she has the most MVPs in WNBA history. And now on top of that, to grab a ring, no WNBA player before has truly been able to really grasp the GOAT of their sport yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's really just done that. And it's amazing to see. Like I said, I'm just incredibly thankful to be able to witness something like this in my lifetime, because the dominance has been absolutely unreal, and I'm glad she's finally getting her flowers for it. And she went out and got that ring.
So real shit, man. Just like you thanked us at the beginning of the episode, I want to thank y'all because what y'all do is actually inspire me. A lot of what we do is a lot of what was on my mind a long time ago after I didn't play sports anymore. You know what I mean? And I still love the sports as much as I did when I played them, right? So I always would have conversations with most people that, you know what I mean, I thought enjoyed the sports as much as I did, you know what I mean, and would try to find them as much as possible, right? Kind of what we do now, you know what I mean? But it inspired me to like think about two players like these, right? Because listen, right, when you think about like Asia Wilson and you think about like uncomfortable greatness, right? I think like because she was doing this before Angel Reese and Caitlin
way
Clark
before
got there, right? She already had 2 MVPs and 2 championships before she, you know what I mean, like sneaker selling way more, you know what I mean, before she gets there, right? But you made me write something when you sent the script, right? And I want to kind of, you know what I mean? Check this out, right? Like, you ever notice how some greatness don't fit headlines? Like how some legends walk so quiet, but the world never realizes how much they're actually earthquakes, right? It's crazy. You got Asia Wilson and you got Kevin Durant. Check this shit out. this is what you made me think about when you sent this question about like her dominance. I think something, if the question had something or something about her, but it made me think about dominance anyway, right? So here we go, right? Neither one of these two chase cameras, but the game comes to them, right? They don't sell you no type of storyline except where they from. They just show you the stat line and just let their game sell itself. Like real shit, right? Asia has a WNBA finals viewership higher than it's ever been in the past 25 years since the Houston Comets played the New York Liberty in 2000. Over 1,000,005 viewers a night, right? Blowing it out, blew any record that Caitlin and Angel Reese ever did. This is the most in a finals period, right? Check it out. Has back-to-back MVPs, two-time champion, up 3-0 right now, right? Two-time defensive player of the year. 2025, this year, she averaged 23, 10 boards, 3 blocks, and 51% shooting, right? In the league so far, she's averaged 52% shooting, right? This is going to make sense in a minute, right? Led the league in dominance, not drama, right? Dropped 53 points, which tied the WNBA record in 2023, and that is the most in WNBA history. Again, tied that record, all right? Listen, and after that night, she actually went back and dropped like 40 the night after. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, this is not performance. She's literally a presence. It's wild. Then we're going to go to KD, right? This dude is now when we think about that, because I loved how both of y'all said the same shit real low key, how much you love her game, right? The real shit is KD and her are actually offensive blueprints without a question, right? They do what they do very goddamn well. You hear what I'm talking about? Like, and they do not actually like brag about it. They just do it. Listen, walking cheat code. 14 All-Star selections, 2 Finals MVPs. Whenever he gets there, he's going to be the Finals MVP every time because he's on display. The crazy shit about Kevin Durant's game is that he's so great that they don't highlight it. They actually try to pick it apart. Isn't that crazy how much they don't highlight it, but they actually try to dissect his game? Now, here's the other thing, right? Career average, 27 points, 50, 40, 90, split. We already all know this. We talk about this. 7 feet, surgical precision, shit we have never seen. But here's the thing, right? Neither of them are the faces of their leagues, right? Not because they ain't earned it. I just named a bunch of stats for both of them, right? It's because they make people uncomfortable, right? Uncomfortable on how easy they make the game look. Uncomfortable with the little they care about fitting in. Uncomfortable because they remind us greatness don't have to explain itself. Real shit, okay? All I want to say here is this, man. The world wants a story, not a standard, right? They want charm before they want challenge, personality before precision. But these two, they the architects of uncomfortable, my nigga. Like, they the architects of that. You hear me? They remind you that dominance ain't always marketable, bro. It's just inevitable.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Go ahead, man. My bad, bro.
I hit like 13 one-liners in a row.
That's how you know I'll be on it. Listen, man. Listen.
Come on, play the gun noise. Someone play the gun noise.
Listen, man. Hold on, man. Let me see if I got a couple of them, man. Hold on, man. Let me load it up, man. Hold on, man.
I mean, and the thing for me too is I thought Maya Moore was my women's basketball GOAT. By far, she was amazing. She was God sent. And this is the first time I ever sat here and was like, damn, maybe someone is better than Maya Moore. Because I thought when I saw Maya Moore, I thought that was peak pinnacle, women's basketball. I thought that was going to be it. Retired early, didn't get all her flowers, blah, 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 blah. She went to go fight a good cause. But no, man, Asia Wilson, she's doing her thing. And it's like I've been complaining about all year. When is the WNBA going to give her the flowers? She fucking gave herself the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
to actually perform in the finals with all that expectation, yeah.
To go off of what Kevin's saying, it's just like, bro, the truest definition of just I'm gonna go out there and ball. That's all it is. That's what
literally
Kevin does.
Yes.
Asia Wilson's doing. She's even going beyond what Kevin Durant was doing, and within her own sport. She's got the MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years. Gonna get more rings after this final game probably if she can go out in the sweep. But yeah, it's just she's something that like 20 years down the line, people are still gonna be like, yeah, she was that shit. 30 years down the line, she's the GOAT. Like, unless there's somebody else who
Yeah,
comes around and just like goes nuclear and the game once the game's evolved. But for now, yeah,
yes.
she's that motherfucking dog.
She don't even shoot threes in a game that doesn't really require threes because the WNBA is like the old NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like where
That
she
love
She
just,
the
averages like
comparison.
one
you know
attempt.
what I mean? Like it's kind of crazy, but she still shoots about 42% from three. You understand what I'm saying? She's just cooked people where she know how to cook people at. You understand what I'm saying? Even in the play that she ran, that where she won the game, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of dope where she just ran to the left elbow. Same thing that we love to see Kobe do, run to the right side. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just gonna jump over you. You know what I mean? It's amazing. You understand what I'm saying? To like see people do, you know what I mean? Well, see her, you know what I mean, do what she does best, you know what I mean, like every time. You have to stop it, you know what I mean, and nobody can. So it's pretty dope.
Hell yeah! So moving on to some football. Great conversation, by the way, guys. That was some good stuff right there. Let's start this off. So at the top of their game. So I'm not talking about the overall best 5 wide receivers of all time. I'm saying at the top of their game, at
Mm-hmm.
their peak.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your very best 5 wide receivers of all time? Who
Mm-hmm.
wants to kick this off?
I mean, if you want me to, I will.
Go for it, big dog.
Okay.
Nick, you just keep cooking, Kev.
Listen, all right, fuck it, man. So number one, listen, man, and I'm going to give you the highlighted season or the signature season on why I picked the person, right? So number one, just purely off of stats alone and kind of cooking people, we got to go with Jerry Rice, right? What was it? 1995, he had 122 receptions, but he had 1,800 yards, man. 1,850 yards, like 15 TDs, right? Automatically, he gets number one. Number two, we talked about him last week, man. You know, some people ain't gonna like it, but I don't care. It's gonna be Randy Moss and the New England Patriots. I'm a Jets fan. That's why people are not gonna like it. But I know Matt is gonna love it, right? 2007, 98 receptions, 1,500 yards. Let's give him the 1,500, right? But 23 touchdowns is crazy,
Come on,
bro.
you see
Right?
it.
Crazy,
Insane.
crazy, man. Crazy,
Touch.
right?
Come
All
on.
right, listen, man. Number three, I gotta go with who I said last week too, man. We can't play with this boy, man. Marvin Harrison, man. 2002, he had 1,700 yards. Okay, 11 touchdowns, but 143 receptions. I had to get him up here, right? Now listen, another guy here, and last but not least, because I think I'm on number 5 right now, right? We got to go with another person that I said last week, man. It ain't all about what you remember, right? I actually want to invoke people to go ahead down the algorithm and down that rabbit hole, right? Check out Antonio Brown in 2014, where he had
Oh, think
1,700
about it,
yards, bro.
man.
You understand what I'm saying? 129
Damn,
receptions
this
and
list is so
13
hard.
TDs. There we go. That's my 5, right?
All right, Matt, you want to go or you want me to kick that? Or okay. So listen, I got a long list of honorable mentions. This list was
It's like
hard,
last week.
Mhm.
bro, because like I forgot to put Jerry Rice on my list, and I just almost corrupted just now. I don't know, but I readjusted it real quick. But I almost collapsed because I forgot him. But my honorable mentions, I got Antonio Brown just falling, slightly out of the list. He'd be my number 6 on this though, so it's no real shade to him. Tyreek Hill. I thought we saw, some really good flashes, some really good seasons out of him. I just can't put him, above the other 5. Cooper Kupp, what he did with Matt Stafford was absolutely, undeniably legendary. I tried to put him on the list. It just didn't make sense. I'm sorry. And Larry Fitzgerald, I always have to give an honorable mention to him. I think his overall body of work was great. He was solid, didn't drop anything. I just don't think, he's like, at the top of his game. He's, above, some other receivers. But number 1, I got to go with Megatron, Calvin Johnson, man. At the top of his game, he's getting guarded by 3 people out there. He's strong. He's catching everything. He was an absolute beast. He is on my TV screen, he is the best wide receiver that I have ever seen, which leads me to number 2 with Jerry Rice. Did not witness him watching football,
Bluetooth
but at
disc
the end of the day,
connected.
everything that I go back to, I don't know what that was, but everything that I go back to with Jerry Rice, I don't know if this is a hot take, Kem, you could tell me if this is a hot take. I think Jerry Rice made Joe Montana way more than the other way around. And I know Joe Montana got to throw him the ball, but Jerry Rice was an absolute fucking behemoth on that goddamn field. And I think if it wasn't for Jerry Rice, I don't think we'd be talking about Joe Montana like that. Whereas if Jerry Rice had, some other QBs, I think we'd still be talking about Jerry Rice as the greatest wide receiver of all time, because he's my greatest wide receiver of all time. But number 3, I got to go Randy Moss at number 3. Can catch anything, can do anything, can do everything. He was the whole damn show every time he stepped on the field. Number 4, this might be a little underrated, but I'm going with Julio Jones, man. Like that was another wicked fucking dude who was like, he was just automatic. Like, him and Matt Ryan, great fucking duo, but you even seen it a little bit after Matt Ryan. Julio Jones would catch everything his way. Always, he was just Mr. Reliable. You could always rely on Julio Jones. And number 5, this might come as a shock to some people, but I'm going with Michael Irvin. I gotta go with Michael Irvin at number 5. Like I said, everything that I go back and watch, that dude was an absolute beast. They literally had to bring in Showtime to take the heat off of his back because of just how much teams were trying to prepare for him, trying to stop him. And honestly, Michael Irvin's really insane now that I'm finally, going back and, doing my studying on him. So that's my top 5.
Hey, excuse me, Matt, right before you go, man, you did yours right. I did mine wrong. I did the extra stats and I just said Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, Antonio Brown. My 5th was who you just mentioned, Michael Irvin. And then we're done.
I thought when you said this is my 5, I was like,
I did 4. Yeah. Yeah, you took him. Yeah, and it was 1995.
Kevin's always off by like a number.
Yeah, because I never like to really put them in order, but it was the 1995 season, 111 receptions, 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. Yes,
insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me, I got some honorable mentions as well. I'm gonna be quick with them. I got R.I.P. I got DT, fucking Demarius Thomas. One of the craziest peaks we ever saw.
Yes,
lived though. Then I got crazy boy AB, Antonio Brown out here, crazy boy, but he was one of the best we've ever seen.
Yes.
Michael Thomas, another short peak, but a crazy peak. Fucking Michael Thomas.
Captain Plant
up there. And then Thomas just mentioned Julio. Julio was that motherfucking guy. I don't got him in my 5, but I wanted him because he's my whole childhood pretty much of just like growing up with that. Coop Cup, short-lived injuries fucked it up, but he did what a lot of people could never do. And then he
emptied the tank for that ring, man.
Yeah. And then I got Michael Irvin as my last honorable mention. So I'm gonna start 5 and go up. So this was just one of my most favorite receivers growing up, and the model of consistency. So I'm going Larry Fitz at 5. He's just a model of consistency. Yeah, maybe his absolute peak wasn't like bar for bar with a lot of these guys, but he's that motherfucking dog. Then I got Megatron.
I'm glad you understood what I meant with that, because I thought when I said that it was going to be a little bit, conveyed.
Anybody's crazy. There's a playoffs where he had 550 yards and like 7 touchdowns.
Playoffs is
like, what are you talking about? Like, people would be crazy.
Hell yeah. 4, I got Megatron. He just was a force on that field. 6'5", 240. When he stepped on that field, nobody could do nothing with him. Number 3, I got T.O. He's just I didn't hear him. I ain't mentioned. So I got to show T.O. up, man. He's one of the greatest. Number 2, Kim already mentioned Tim. Tom already mentioned Tim. My favorite wide receiver of all time, Randy Moss. That 07 season, people thought he was done because his prior year he had a slow season. People thought he was done. He was in his 30s. He comes with Tom Brady, 23 fucking tutties, bro. History book shit. And then, of course, number 1, you got the GOAT, man. The GOAT of wide receivers, Jerry Rice. There's just nothing to be said about him, man. GOATed.
Y'all surprised me though. I would have thought that y'all all would have put one in y'all. I think that he's y'all generation, but I thought that Chad Ocho, because he was my honorable mention, Chad Ochocinco. His route running flair and like he actually defined a generation of like how they are now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I thought that he would have kind of been like, we wouldn't have Odell's and all those guys that came after if it wasn't for like
Yeah.
him.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
When I think of Ocho, I kind of think of I think of Odell. And when Odell
Mhm.
was in the league at his
See,
prime, I
see,
don't think of him. I still thought of Julio Jones and Larry
yes.
being a tier
Mhm.
above Odell. And so that's kind of
Mhm.
how I took Ocho when you had Randy
Mhm.
Moss and T.O. in the league. So it's just like I
Yes.
always saw him just a tier below. That's what it
Uh
was.
huh. Got you. Okay, so Carson Palmer and him is had the same luck. You understand, and Andy Dalton and who
Right.
Andy Dalton had the same luck that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T Higgins has had.
It's just an unlucky
Yeah,
franchise.
Cincinnati has been going through this since Boomer. Like they won it. You know what I mean? They actually won a Super
Yeah,
Bowl. You know what I
thankfully.
mean? You know what I mean? Way back in the day. But this is something that has like kind of plagued them for a while. But yeah.
Yeah. My thing with Chad Ochocinco was like, it's kind of like what Matt said, but like I think he's like of all the elite wide receivers that have ever played, like I'm talking about top of the top elite, I think
Mm-hmm.
he's the worst one. But that's not like
Not
something
as
bad to say.
not
Right,
that's
I
not
I
understand what
think
you're saying.
yeah, he's a bridge from the very elite quarterback or wide receivers to the ones that aren't elite. But let's dig into some week 5 reactions. I'll lead this off because I said I had a take for the Eagles. We can talk about that immediately. Because this is week 5 and week 6. We already. I hate Thursday games because if your team plays and your team loses on Thursday, you have to eat that for a whole week and a half.
yeah.
But listen, man, does Jalen Hurts get some blame for that loss to the Giants and the loss the week prior? Of course. I'm not going to sit here and jump on this podcast and say, Jalen Hurts is an angel and he's perfect and everything. I get it. But there is more blame to be had with this stupid ass offensive coordinator that the Eagles have. He does not know what he's doing at all. I don't know how guys like this not only get jobs but also, get this very long leash of things because this is nothing to mess with. Like the Eagles, they're trying to go after greatness. They're trying to cement their dynasty, and the longer this goes, this whole thing's gonna implode. At some point, this whole thing's going to implode. People are going to walk out. People are going to get released. People are going to get traded. It's just going to keep going. And this was my gripe with Sirianni every single year so far is that he cannot control this fucking locker room. They won last year off of pure talent, having one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best wide receivers, one of the best number 2 receivers, one of the best running backs in the game, one of the best offensive lines, one of the best defensive schemes that we've ever seen. That's why they won. Nothing that had to do with Sirianni. All Sirianni has to do is just slap people's asses and argue with the referees. And that's my issue is that this offensive coordinator, you see it. Jalen Hurts has a great first half. Their passing attack is great in the first half of the game. They come out in the second half, stupid ass shotgun run. Saquon Barkley getting pitched to, and he's tackled for -3 yards. He does nothing with the offensive line to open up holes for Saquon. We are 6 games into the season now, and Saquon hasn't really had that game yet. That's not on Saquon. That's not on the offensive line. This offensive coordinator is shit. And yes, Jalen Hurts, I will come at him right here. I think that as talented as
Please.
he is, I think he's a fucking bot. I'm sorry. I think Jalen Hurts is a bot for this coaching staff. At some point, he needs to have the fucking balls, like we saw in that game versus the Rams, to take over the fucking play calling, call his plays, and set his team up for success. But he doesn't do that. He's yes, sir, no, sir. That's Jalen Hurts, and that's why he's gotten this far. He's so fucking talented, and I hate the criticism that he gets because he's so talented. But at this point, bro, you have to take this team. This is your team. You are the quarterback. You have to take this team to what they're going to be. If not, they're going to have this one Super Bowl, and it's going to be a whole lot of what ifs because this team is way too talented to sit there with one Super Bowl ring and call it a success. I'm sorry. If they don't get it, if the Philadelphia Eagles do not get another ring out of this, it's going to be a complete fucking waste. I'm very happy for that year. Very happy for the second Super Bowl, of this franchise. Glad I got to witness both. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a real fucking travesty if this all fucking explodes. Sorry.
Yeah. Wait. No, that's fine. I appreciate it, but I'm actually gonna need you to pick a side. I'm being honest. I'm gonna need you to pick a side. It is okay. I'm being honest with you, bro. It's okay to have a problem with Jalen Hurts until he starts to do better. It is.
But that's
There's
the thing.
no. You can't actually talk about somebody in a good and a bad way at the same time. I'm being like not like that. Like you can't say that you know that it's his fault, but he's so talented that he's a
But I
bot.
said he
You know what I
takes.
mean?
I
Like,
said that he
listen,
takes some of the blame. I didn't say it was all his fault because it fucking wasn't. Did he miss some wide open receivers? Every quarterback does. We see it every game.
whoa. Listen. I love you, and I don't want to get into this part with Jalen Hurts. We know that this fucking guy is risk averse, right? A part of the reason why he got benched in Alabama, okay? A part of the reason why he got benched way back then. Why did Tua get the start? Because he would make the throws that Jalen Hurts wouldn't, okay? He did get switched to another team, did get his, listen, I agree with you that he may be botting. I may agree with you, but it's okay to say that he's a bot and you need him to motherfucking do better, and what he's doing, he's not complete. He is not complete. He is not even as complete as Justin Herbert is with the deficiencies that he has about learning to be good. I'm being real with you right now, King. Even he looks good in the Super Bowl.
Man, I don't even have a blunt.
Listen, he looks great in the Super Bowl, but the road to that, you know what I mean? Saquon was on Saquon's back last year. You understand what I'm saying? Part of the reason why A.J. Brown was mad then. You understand what I'm saying? Because he thought that there two things could be true. We could be whooping ass, you know what I'm saying, with the run game and in the pass game. You know what I mean? And that actually wasn't happening. Okay, Devontae Smith is a little bit more laid back where he's not going to demand anything. But A.J. Brown, being the star that he is, will. Okay, so it's okay, man. It's all right to have a problem with him. That's all I wanted to say, man, because that shit, it does not look good. It does not look good.
But at the end of the day, and I don't know why you would bring up Justin Herbert because we've seen this guy choke and time again.
But he'll throw the ball. He'll try to take chances. That's what I mean.
Okay, and that's fine. But what about the quarterback that just does what it takes to win? What's necessary to win? We've seen 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl the first time, Jalen Hurts throughout the entirety of that playoff, the entirety of that season, him like, bro, are you saying that Jalen Hurts
you better get me.
talented?
You better get me, Matt. You better
So
get me because you just did it again. You just did it again because you just did it again, big dog. You don't realize you just did it again. You understand what I'm saying? Like
what you think I'm doing is not what I'm doing. I'm not defending Hurts, but I'm also not blaming because I can't blame Jalen Hurts for a fucked up scheme that he's just doing his job listening to.
No, but you also said that he should be saying fuck that and calling the plays because he knows how to win, right? So at the end of the day, that's what he should be doing. It shouldn't be a plea to make it seem like he's doing good when he should be actually doing fucking better. They literally should be doing better is all I'm saying.
So
he's not. Thank you. Thanks.
What Clem is saying is you're saying, oh, I'm not going to blame him because he could be calling these plays. Kem is saying, why the fuck is he not calling these plays?
And that's, but again, and that's the question that I'm asking as well.
Not a big,
but it's hard
doing it. That's what Kem is saying.
But also, it's hard for Jalen Hurts at the end of the day when they can't open up nothing with the fucking run game. That's what football is. You open up the passing game with the running game.
You have that cachet to be like, yo, we just fucking did this thing. Who are you to tell us how to do it, and we're clearly not doing it right. So at the end of the day, I feel like that motherfucker needs to step the fuck up, or else everything that everyone's been saying this whole summer about him, all that bad shit that even I was like, all right, y'all tweaking. He just won. Let him have flowers. It's gonna be true. So like, it's either step the fuck up now, or motherfuckers gonna be talking about you like this your whole career. So that's it.
I just have one last thing. Tom, did you see what Lane Johnson said?
What did he say?
Read Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson said he actually told a reporter after the game, he was like, "We're too predictable. This is the main man. This is the main man. You know what I mean? Besides Kelsey, they have been protecting him since he's been there. You understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
And Kelsey's
what I'm saying,
gone.
Though.
You know what I mean? Like he's like
when it comes to this whole Jalen Hurts thing, okay, like he needs to be the one to be stepping up, calling the plays, all that shit. But at the end of the day, it's not his fault that this fucking offense is predictable. Yeah, does he need to step up and take over this offense and unleash that dog? Abso-fucking-lutely. But at the end of the day, like any other fucking NFL team, it comes down to what the coach draws up. There's blame to go around in this whole fucking thing. Mm-hmm. One, Sirianni needs to take control of his fucking team. How did your team just win a Super Bowl? You got the final aha over everybody, and you're still letting some fucking cheesehead, I don't even fucking know his name, offensive coordinator.
Kevin Petula. Kevin
Yeah,
Petula.
Kevin Petula come in, and what did he show you to even be put in that position? He was the passing game coordinator this whole time, these past couple of years. What did he show then that deserved the offensive coordinator
Yes.
job? Because
I need this
clearly,
energy. Yes. I need
clearly
this
he
energy.
cannot draw the passing game up for shit.
Yeah.
Like when we saw that comeback when the Eagles beat the Rams last second, blah blah blah. That was Jalen Hurts. That was Jalen Hurts calling audibles, all
Yeah.
that shit. But that's where it becomes too fucking predictable. They're not opening up the offensive line to actually create holes for Saquon, and that unlocks the rest of the offense. Jalen Hurts is getting fucking swarmed. He has to run around, do all this fucking, this horse shit. He's missing wide open receivers and everything because of the pressure. Whatever. But I think we're drawing this segment a little too long. It's going to be an ongoing argument as we go through the season. But anyway, my other takes for Week 5,
That's my boy.
I'm in the same regard as I think the Eagles might implode. I'm actually a little worried about the Dallas Cowboys. They have a lot of injuries. Their defense seems to be getting better week by week. I get their opponents haven't really been up to par the last couple of weeks, but I do think the Cowboys are going to be the team that kind of makes a little bit of a run over the Commanders. I still don't believe in the Commanders, but I'm absolutely worried about the Cowboys. Dak is playing his ass off. I think if I was to have an MVP, Dak would be up there in the top 3, not necessarily 1 because of the Cowboys' record, but I definitely am worried about the Cowboys. They look like they got nothing to lose, and they've been playing that way. And when CeeDee Lamb comes back, it's going to be a crazy ass team. The next one I have is CJ motherfucking Stroud, the old young dude, did it again. 2 weeks in a row, he did it again. Man, it's so funny to see how a guy can go into the media and say I'm regressing at the age of 23 and come out with a performance like that. That I love football. And the last one is, Matt, you'll love this. Drake May is him. I'm so happy that me and you both called the Patriots upsetting the Bills. It was a perfect game to really showcase what Drake May is all about. I get it. I don't think he threw a throwing touchdown in the game. Did he not? But at the end of the day, it was quite the performance for him to step up with the the Sunday night pressure. I think it was Monday. No, it was Sunday. The Sunday night pressure, to which I don't know why that game was the Sunday night game, but I'm very happy it was.
It was great.
And that's my Week 5 reaction.
All right, I'll go quick. So first reaction is, I already mentioned it, but I'll go into it again. Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase out here, fucking 6 receptions, 110 yards, fighting for his life out here. So they needed that Joe Flacco pickup, man, because goddamn, last week fucking balled the fuck out, had over 100 yards. He's gonna be out this upcoming, but he's fucking, yeah, man. He's fighting for his life out here. Second, Dak is approaching serious talks to be that top 5 fucking guy, man. Maybe it's just me seeing it live, seeing it in person, that made me be like, damn, this motherfucker's slinging that shit. But I don't know, man. Tom has been talking about it this whole fucking season so far, that he's game after game, he's amazing. And yeah, I can thoroughly agree that motherfucker is approaching being in top 5 conversations. And some people already had him in those conversations prior to this season, but it was always the Cowboy stigma of like, fuck that, we're not putting him in top 5 convo. And then number 3, yeah, I'm just same type of shit Tom is going off of. So great win, all that aside and everything, but let's be real. Over the next 8 games, Patriots face the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, the Bucks, the Jets, the Bengals, the Giants.
Wow.
We could definitely go on a 6-2, maybe 7-1 out of those 8 games. This could be in a hot take category for the next segment, but maybe we come out with the division. You feel me? I'm just hyping me up, though. You feel me? I'm just hyping me up. Maybe the Bills can go on a little hard run, but maybe we can come out in a division. Who knows?
Okay.
Cam, what you got for this week, man?
Well, real light, man. My reactions are, listen, man, let's go with Indianapolis. Beating Las Vegas 40-6. They truly rising. I think they build a momentum. They balance, mean, confident. O-line is dominant. Without a question, Jonathan Taylor is doing what he wanted to in this section of the season. He just kind of doing what he wants to. A team, they definitely got a bite. So I'm kind of looking at them. Then we're gonna go to some crazy sides. Let's go to Miami, man. They got embarrassed by Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand what's going on. I know that they lost Tyreek Hill. It's kind of crazy. They're totally trending down. Character check for these guys.
Yeah.
Offense looks crazy. Definitely looks crazy. And then I'm gonna hit one that y'all hit too. But I'm gonna go to the other side of it, Buffalo, with that loss to New England. I think that kind of builds pressure. You know what I mean? Kind of leaning into what you just said, that maybe y'all can take the division, but it builds pressure for Buffalo all over. You know what I mean? Again, because with having contention, you know what I mean, and a, rest of the season, schedule that's kind of strengthened. We got to see, man. But it's nothing. I think that Josh Allen, how he was frustrated post game, says more about what they want to do and the expectations. You know what I'm saying? More than anything. So I'm looking to see how these guys come back and if they fight like tigers, or you know what I mean, like kind of.
Yeah, and I expect them to. I'm not like this isn't a game where I think the tide has changed in the division and the Bills are just going to start sucking. No,
Right.
that's not what this game is at all.
It was just a good old divisional game.
Yeah.
It was just, you know what I mean? It was just like the Giants and the Eagles. The Giants came and uppercut the fuck out of the Eagles,
Yeah.
just like Patriots did to the
But
Bills.
yeah, I love to see it. I'm very interested to see how the division turns out by the end of the season because I think it'll be a nice little race by them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, real quick before we go on to the week 6, I just wanted to give a little update about the quarterback, different ring competition that has been going on. I've been keeping people updated on Twitter. I didn't, really give anyone an update last episode, so I'm going to give an update this episode. So what I did was, weeks 1 through 3, rank the quarterbacks off of, their talent. And then what we do week by week is we rank the quarterbacks by performance. Add points for, most touchdowns, most accurate, stuff like that. So right now, the power rankings sit with Matt Stafford in first. Second is my bad. Second is Dak Prescott. Third is CJ Stroud. Fourth is Jordan Love. Fifth is Patrick Mahomes. Now, that ranking don't really matter as much because what truly matters is who gets eliminated, who is on the back end. So every week we eliminate 2 of the very bottom quarterbacks. So the first last week, Cam Ward and Jake Browning got eliminated. And now this week, Dylan Gabriel and Jackson Dart got eliminated. Now this was before the big game that, Jackson Dart had this week. So right now, going into next week, the bottom 5 quarterbacks are Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young, Geno Smith, Carson Wentz, and Kyler Murray. And the most interesting thing is that Lamar Jackson / Cooper Rush have fallen almost into that bottom 5. Because what we do is when a quarterback gets injured, we count their replacement as them so that, when they come back, they still have a chance. Unless Cooper Rush sucks one more time, it might not be looking that great. But I just wanted to give an update there as to what we were doing.
All I'm saying is let's get Bryce Young and Geno Smith the fuck out of here.
Geno Smith is fucking bad, bro.
Shit.
It's sad, bro. I want him to succeed so bad. And I don't know. The Raiders, I don't think it's ever happening for them.
Wow.
Just bad, man.
But yeah, so moving into week 6, what is the biggest thing you're looking for in your hottest take of the week? Who wants to lead that one off?
I'll jump on this one first. So I think I'm looking forward to that Niners and Bucks game, man. I think that's probably, in my opinion, I think that's going to be most competitive game of the week. I think it's just going to be them gunning at each other, OD. And then I got my hot take. I'm sorry, Thomas.
Mac Jones is still playing. Sorry.
I know, and he's killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Fucking sorry, Thomas. This is gonna hurt you, but all the things that have been accumulating this episode with about the Eagles and everything. That was pretty much what I was gonna. I didn't think the Eagles were gonna be this much of a talking point leading up to this. But my hot take was the Eagles' bad play and lack of control with the OC got them playing down to their competition, and I think they can find themselves in a fucking hole too late into this season to try to save themselves. And so I think they're going to be struggling more often than not to get out of high position. But yeah.
Now, while I somewhat agree with that, I think the good thing is that these struggles are happening earlier. because 2 years ago the
Yeah,
struggles happened way too late,
I had the struggles
and the
happened
Eagles got
later in
fucked.
the season. Yeah,
Yeah. But at least they got a full. They're not going to trade AJ Brown. They're not going to do anything crazy. This team stuck together for the year.
him and Mike Vrabel
They
are
won't.
nice.
If the Eagles trade AJ Brown, bro, you can find me off that wagon for the rest of the year.
Him and
But
Vrabel are good.
I they got all season to figure this out. Hopefully, it's not a full 17 game baloney fest. But
AJ Brown to the Patriots.
all right, Kem, you want to go next, or you want me to handle it?
Go ahead, you go. It don't matter.
All right.
Ooh.
So the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is this Chicago Bears Washington Commanders game, a rematch of the crazy game that we saw last year, which was actually a pretty shitty game before Jaden Daniels threw the Hail Mary of a lifetime, bounces off a group of people into the hands of his receiver. But I think this one's going to be a lot better of a matchup, and there's a lot of things going on right here. The Bears are 2-2. The last two games have shown a lot of what they can do, but now in a game with pressure, a primetime game, I absolutely think that it's going to be a good test to see where actually these Bears are. And then on the Commanders' end, Jaden Daniels needs to keep building up that consistency. I think it's going to be a very pinnacle game for both of those teams. I cannot wait to watch it. The other one, listen, I've called the upset of the week the last 2 weeks in a row. Last week, I got two of them things. I got the Titans victory and I got the Patriots victory. And then the week before that, I forgot who it was, but I'm on a roll. So this week, Kem, this is for you, big dog. The New York Jets are going to get the first win of their season Sunday morning overseas over the Broncos. I don't like how the Broncos have really played so far this year. They've been playing a lot of their games from behind. They haven't been as good as they could be. The Jets are going to be really hungry for that first win. They need it. Justin Fields was in the media talking about, I still believe in this team. I still think we got talent. I still do think they got talent. I think they get their first win against the Broncos. Let's get another upset.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't mind that, man. I hope that we do. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just kind of spooky right now, man. I'm kind of hurting. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have the Reavers jersey on, to be honest with you, because we need it. You know what I mean? I'm being honest. You see how low I am, man.
At that game, man.
Yeah, man. Like, oh God, it's kind of crazy, man. But listen, man, I'm watching for Detroit this week. Okay, I'm watching for Detroit. Y'all know who Detroit play?
Kansas City.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm starting to feel a little bad for Mahomes. The schedule is fucking him up.
Yes, man. It's crazy. I mean, that's what being good for so long gets you. You know what I'm saying? You get everybody good shot every night. So I'm watching for that game. I'm watching to see if they control Kansas City. They got one of the best pass protection fronts in the business. So I'm kind of seeing if they actually put their foot on Kansas City neck. You know, Detroit loves to do that. And also, you know what I mean, when it comes to defense, they also got a fly and nice, tough defensive front. So I can't wait to see if they're going to have him on his heels and if it, establishes them as not just something that we talk about, but literally as a dominant team. You understand what I'm saying? They handle the boys in a way that they haven't been handled before. It's Detroit's, you know what I mean, thing right now.
Yeah, with the Ravens and the Eagles kind of sputtering a little bit. I mean,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's theirs for the taking, bro. Let's see.
All right, so let's get to the betting challenge. The standings are on your screen. For the betting challenge, what I'm going through, I'll go through it real quick. So I have Justin Herbert over on yards. As much shit as I'll sit here every week and talk about Justin Herbert, that motherfucker can throw the ball. I think the Dolphins are in shambles. Tua has no idea what he's talking about on these press conferences. CTE is there. I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers are going to dominate them dudes. Listen, Geno Smith is facing the Titans. They have to win, right? Like this has to be a Raiders win, but I'm not going to pick that. I'm going to pick Geno Smith over on touchdowns. I think the line is sitting at 1.5. I think he'll throw two of them, right? Like, come on, Raiders, you got to win this one. It can't be.
I think he'll be over on tutties and over on interceptions.
The third one is I have T. Higgins over on yards. As you guys said, Chase is out. I think with Flacco throwing the ball to Higgins, I think Higgins is going to have himself a nice day. And then the last one is, Kem, you brought up the game. I have the Lions getting the, for some reason, upset win. I know they're on the road.
Is it an upset?
But
Like,
yeah, I gotta take the Lions. I think the Lions,
Ben?
if everything plays out how it should, the Lions are gonna dog walk these motherfuckers. But it is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. A little nervous, but we'll see.
Yeah, and that's not me
Yeah.
talking down on the Chiefs at all, but it's just like
No.
Lions have been stellar so far this season. So like them
Yeah.
being plus 110 or some shit when I last checked for them to win that game, it's crazy. But I'll start off. So I got, this is a lofty one. Matty Stafford for 3 tutties. That's plus 225. He's just been slanging that shit, man. And
Mhm.
I think the combo of him and Puka, man, is fucking ridiculous. So next up, I got Puka for a 30-plus yard reception. That's at plus 130.
Okay.
Then I have Jamar Chase going. Oh wait, fuck. Did I make? I think I made this bet before it fucking said he was gonna fucking play or wasn't gonna play. So this might be in.
I did that last week too, so it's okay.
I think this might be null and void because I have this written down from before they made that announcement.
Just say T. Higgins for whatever you said for Chase. Fuck
All
it.
right, so I had 70-plus receiving yards. That was at a plus 136. So they probably in the app already voided
like
that.
that.
I haven't checked, but and then I got Tua for over 1.5, just because his last 4 games he's gotten over that. So let me.
Okay, that's respectable.
Yeah, and folks, make sure that y'all know that all of these are minus 120 or better. All right. So check it out, man. Check us out, right? Now listen, man. Tom is gonna let y'all know how we doing, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you my 3. These are, listen, man. These are all over the
4.
place. Oh, I'm going to give you 4 bet because I was going to give you an honorable mention. But check me out. Here we go, man. These are all over the place and they're nondescript, but they are good money, right? Check it out. We've been talking about these guys, but one of the things that they haven't really been able to do on a consistent basis is score touchdowns. I love the Patriots, but I like the Saints plus that 3.5. All right. I think it was a little bit more. You know what I mean? Earlier there was some market overreaction, but I think the 3.5 is going to be steady. The Patriots can be methodical, and I just it's just not enough.
I will say though, man, Spencer Radler, for not having won an NFL game in his career yet, he's decent. He's okay.
Yes, he be trying.
Yeah.
He be trying. You know what I mean? That's one, right? So listen, another one I need you guys to take is we're going to take the over 44.5 on that Bengals Packers game. Okay, check this out. All right, with Flacco going over there, even old boy being down, that 70 yards at you. That's why I smiled when you was talking about just give it to T. Higgins in the 70-plus, right? Because at the end of the day, the offensive upside on both sides, you know what I mean, with just the defense of Cleveland. You understand what I'm saying? You never know, man. Take that. I need y'all to go ahead and try that, right? If one team stalls out, you know the other is actually going to score. It's kind of crazy, okay? Then we got another one. Even though I love what the Colts have been doing, I think that what happened to the Cardinals last week, we need to go ahead and jump on that plus 7.5. All right, jump on that plus 7.5 against the Colts. All right. Y'all were talking about these guys. Y'all talking about 3 tutties. I love Matt Stafford and everything too. I think everybody also need to take the Rams with that minus 7.5. Those are my 4 bets of this week.
Yeah, and to just go back on the fucking Jamar Chase thing for me. All the apps and all the most of the news articles that are going out has him as questionable still. That's why it hasn't weighted him out, and that's why it let me do that. Shit. Because I did that.
Still say it.
I did a day and a half ago, so it's like
he might want to suit up for Joe Flacco. You know what I'm saying?
He might.
All right, guys. So let's talk some baseball real quick. As you guys know, last night the Mariners beat the Detroit Tigers in 15 innings. What a game. What an intense game from 2 teams who you could tell were really hungry to get to that ALCS. I think I'm very, very, very happy that the Mariners moved on to face the Toronto Blue Jays. It's a really nice, refreshing ALCS, with when it comes to Seattle and Toronto. But I do want to talk about the losing teams first. So, when it comes to the Yankees, first off, I just want to apologize to the man himself, Aaron Judge. For all the slander, for all the pressure, for all of everything. He has really entered a new universe of hitters this year. I think at the end of the day, he'll probably be our MVP. I wouldn't be too mad if it's Cal, but if it's Aaron Judge, I won't be too mad. But the career that this guy, Aaron Judge, has put together so far, including the season of 2025, including hitting almost 500 in the playoffs, is absolutely insane. The Yankees really need to get it together. I mean, in my opinion, I know I said earlier in the podcast they got to wipe out everybody. They just really just need to put together a competent team. This wasn't a competent team. They had to trade for like three relievers and take their chances in, during the trade deadline. The hitting, I don't, man, like Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger, it's just not enough. Like two very respectable baseball players, but it's not enough. And, like I said, Cody Bellinger striking out was like an ode because they probably really should have retained Juan Soto. But at the end of the day, neither here or there. They're gone. Cam Schlittler was amazing. But the Toronto Blue Jays, after extending Vladdy in the beginning of the year, and everyone was criticizing the deal, saying it was too much money. I did agree that it was too much money, but I also said it was perfect for the two, because then now Vladdy can focus on moving forward as the leader, as the guy in Toronto. He knows where home is. He can just focus on the one big goal, which is a big playoff run. And hey, they are in the ALCS for the third time since 2014. So, with that being said, I do think the Toronto Blue Jays, they have a strong team. Bo Bichette, I know he's injured and everything, but they have a lot of hitters. They have tremendous pitching. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the Seattle Mariners, I think they're hungry. I think they're going to win. Julio Rodriguez didn't have the best series to open up the playoffs here. But at the end of the day, I do think Julio Rodriguez is going to be your ALCS MVP. I think the Mariners are going to take out the Toronto Blue Jays in 5 games. I don't think it's really going to be close. I think that Mariners pitching, they also grew a set of balls during that series with Detroit. What was his name? 1 second. Bizardo, yes. Edward Bizardo, by the way, is absolutely different. If we did it different or not right now, he'd be different. But, we really can't do that. But, at the end of the day, man, that was a gutsy performance, pitching in all of those games and then coming in and giving, 3 innings, an absolute lights out baseball. They gave the Mariners chances to just keep trying to put something together to win the whole game. But the Seattle Mariners, they have a wonderful team. I think their bullpen is stacked. Their starting pitching is stacked. I believe Brian Wu is coming back, and if Brian Wu is coming back, it really might be lights out for Toronto. I mean, their hitting is where it needs to be. I think they're going to have a great series. The Detroit Tigers, I think, considering everything, considering that they almost, collapsed, I think they gave a very valiant effort. I think it's a season where they can go into the off season, fix, what needs to be fixed. They really need to extend Skubal. He is the best pitcher on this planet, and they need to go make a run for it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the Guardians, all these suspensions are going to come out. The Royals, they're going to need to have a spectacular offseason. The Twins and the White Sox, they probably won't compete next year. So this is, again, a division for the Detroit Tigers. They just need to have a good offseason. So shout out to AJ Hinch for keeping these guys together. My one real thought was about Gleyber Torres. It's sad to say all the high beliefs that I had in Gleyber Torres are gone. When he kind of botched the bases loaded, he was getting pitches that he could hit. It just it's frustrating. I had so much high hopes for Gleyber Torres, but he's still a good hitter. He's just not that fantastic hitter that I thought he'd turn into. And then on the NL side, so the Cubs and the Brewers, they'll be playing, after this releases, I believe. Honestly, if the Brewers get by the Cubs, I think they have a chance against the Dodgers. However, this Dodgers team is insane. I think they have sleptwalked to this point, and now it's time to play some serious baseball. I think they're going to wake up, and I think they're going to destroy whoever they face and go to the World Series. I mean, if you look at the starting lineup of the Dodgers, and yeah, I'm not really going to talk about the Phillies. I don't really care about the Phillies. Bryce Harper is still ringless. That's cool. We love that. He wanted to bring a championship to DC. Didn't happen. He wanted to bring a championship to DC. It happened. And at the end of the day, man, that Phillies team is disgusting. I mean, if Zach Wheeler's hurt, I don't know if he'll get his career back together because he does have the same injury that Steven Strasburg did. I don't see it. They're going to lose Ranger Suarez. They're probably going to lose Kyle Schwarber. then you're left with what you're left with. I don't even think they'll make the playoffs next year. But that's neither here nor there. When it comes to the Los Angeles Dodgers, they have a rotation of Blake Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, and Shohei Ohtani. That is ridiculous. And they have about 4 starters in their bullpen. Like when you consider Clayton Kershaw, Sasaki, Roblowski, Sheehan, like it's literally all starters, and then a couple of really decent relief pitchers. I think Sasaki might be turning into he looks a lot better as a relief pitcher. But at the end of the day, man, this Dodgers team, the smartest MLB team, the most dominant MLB team in baseball, it looks like they're just gonna run it back again, and it's rough. But that's just how it is in sports. The team that's on top is on top. They stay on top until someone comes and takes them down. Maybe it's the Milwaukee Brewers, who knows? But either way, these are some really, really exciting games that we've got. This playoffs has been stellar. The only big wish that I have is that when we get to the World Series, it's really competitive, because this whole season has been crazy. This whole season has been amazing, and I can't wait to cover it here on out. Listen, last week we had an argument. Lightning McQueen, Doc Hudson was epic, was fun, was amazing. But this week we want to bring you another argument. And it's my argument.
Yeah.
Batman is the worst superhero of all time. So, Matt, do you want me to open out with my takes?
Real quick.
Or do you want to?
First, let me
why?
say this.
Yeah,
I'm a huge guy of all these fanboys who be having Batman's nuts in their mouth, talking about, you give him prep time, he gonna beat anybody. I'm a huge person who combats that a lot. But what do you mean? Like, what is the worst hero of all time? Like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, that's what I want.
So listen, with all the finals expectations and finals aspirations that Batman always has, he never wins the big one, man. He never wins the big one. I think all right, without comparing it to sports, comparing it to sports. He, with all the expectation and all the hype and everything that Batman gets, he is the worst because he never lives up to that expectation. He has never solved anything long-term ever. Gotham is shit. Gotham is upstate New York, and it has never gotten better. It has never changed. There has never been a night of peace. There has never been a night of prosperity. Batman's own city it's faded. It's done every single day. He's a billionaire and he beats up poor people. Like, dude's just a billionaire and he has all this money and he has all this brain and he still hasn't helped Gotham, brother. And that's my main argument. But on top of that, he don't got no superpowers. And I get that that's a regular argument. There's other superheroes out there also without superpowers. But for him to be the pinnacle of the guys without superpowers and to be actually as bad as he is, he needs prep time. He needs this just to... he needs to catch Superman in a fucking trap to even have a chance. Batman is not even close to being high on the list of superheroes. I think he's a hypocrite. He doesn't kill, but he still, he fucks shit up. He leaves people paralyzed, disfigured, fucking arm behind their back like Peter Griffin. He's a hypocrite, bro. And then honestly, he's might be the only superhero where the villains are more interesting than he is. Like, I love the Batman villains way more than I actually love Batman, and I think that's true for a lot of people. And honestly, he's boring. He's just not. He's cooked. That's all I got.
Where you want me to go?
Listen, because I know you're gonna smoke them, right? So I'm gonna just give you some basics. Right? Real talk. Batman's whole arc is grief turned into purpose, my dude. Like, grief turned into purpose. Somebody that was...
What's the purpose?
What do you mean? His parents was killed by some people.
I know, I get the grief.
You understand? And
I
then,
get the grief part.
And then that was turned into he turned the grief into purpose. He started stopping every people that does the same type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Do it, but listen, through prep. What do you mean? Like, come on, he's the only billionaire in the poor city. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you also want to talk about him being a billionaire, that's why they always trying to get him to donate and shit like that, because he's in a poor city that's crime ridden. But anyway, at the end of the day, Superman is in Metropolis, a well-off city. Okay, like,
Why is it well off?
and
Answer
most of the
that.
time, wait, and
Off before-
yes, what are you talking about? He's from Smallville. He
about.
went to, yeah, come on, what are you talking about? Yeah,
No,
anyway,
why is Metropolis so well off? Because Superman keeps it that way. Batman can't stop shit.
anyway,
Super
listen.
villains started showing up in Metropolis because Superman was there. Villains have always been in Gotham because it's a fucking
It's the ghetto.
in fucking
Yes.
town.
It's the ghetto.
It's always been that way. It's the ghetto of the DC universe.
Yes.
It's always been
Yes.
that way before Batman got there,
Yes.
after Batman got there.
Yes.
Metropolis, villains only started coming up because Superman was there. That place has always been nice, always will be nice. They're each a product of their own fucking upbringings when it comes to that shit. As far as what's around them. Don't fucking, why is Metropolis so nice? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's easy. Go, Matt. Go, Matt. Go, Matt. It's easy. I just want to talk about the arc. Like, come on, man. And the symbolism. Like, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Also, so I thought you were going to come out with the standpoint of he's trash, he's weak, this, and the third. Because I was about to hit you with
No.
every street villain or street hero, street level hero in every comic known to man, other than Spider-Man, he's beating. And then you can say Spider-Man is not even a street level character because he's become an Avenger and this, that, and the third. And then he's a billionaire. He's a genius. He's a detective. And yes, his villains, he's got the best rogues gallery in all of superheroes, which also is a credit to him. Like, him not being there means we don't have those villains to talk about either. Him as a character is his whole group, his whole rogues gallery. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Nightwing. Wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Red Hood. Wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Batgirl. Like, we wouldn't have Commissioner Gordon as one of the best side characters of all time. If you don't got Batman as a person, a standpoint in the comics, you wouldn't have so many great characters that we've come to love. Joker would never be a thing. Heath Ledger's Joker in the movie would never be a thing. Also, let's just get into actual comics. Fucking, he has a suit that can literally stop the Justice League as a backup plan if they ever all go rogue. That means Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, the person who can go back in time, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Like, what are we talking about? I just don't get whatever the fuck you're trying to bring. And also, if we're talking about a boring superhero, Superman's boring as fuck. Like, what are we talking about? Emotional turmoil is what makes a character great. Batman is emotional turmoil at its finest. Superman is... Let me go save your cat from a tree. Huh? Like, what are we talking about? Get him the
That's
fuck...
what a superhero is.
No, bro, he's got nothing. He's just a happy-go-lucky Boy Scout. That is ass. He has every power. He just is impervious to a fucking rock. Like, bro, get him the fuck out of here with that shit. Batman has no real weaknesses as far as, like, a rock or something like that, just because he's a human. He's one of us. He's relatable. Yeah, is he a billionaire? Sure. So we don't have billionaire problems. But at the end of the day, he has the human aspect into it. He worked hard for that shit because he mastered every martial arts known to man. He has peak human strength, agility, stamina, all that. He worked for what the fuck he has outside of, the money, because he got that.
And Matt, real quick, can you just also strengthen the one point that that Tom said that is absolutely wrong, because in the comics he actually beat Superman
multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, he handled his ass in the movie too, but
yeah, but you was like, no, he can't beat him, and like, what do you mean he beat Superman? Like, and what he's talking about with the Justice League, he outsmarted Darkseid and all that shit, bro. Yeah. Like, he is dope. Like, he is actually super dope. And the thing is,
so can Batman? Yeah, and I get it. Prep time is huge with that. Everyone has that prep time argument.
Yeah,
but also when
he's a detective,
you got to think about. You can't just give prep time to Batman. You also got to give prep time to whoever he's fighting too.
Yes.
Also, he's fighting some smart ass, crazy fucking people.
Yes.
So that's why he gets beat a lot, or he gets like taken down a lot, is because he's also fighting geniuses. He's also fighting master manipulators. He's also doing this, that, and the third. For what he has, for what his abilities are, which is jack shit, he is a fantastic hero. Is he overrated? In my opinion, yes. But is he the worst superhero of all time? Fuck no. Absolutely not.
And we'll end that there. I love Batman, by the way. I love the games. I love everything. I just wanted to have an argument. But with that being said, we guys hope you guys enjoy the episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Get in tune because we have we actually have a lot on the way for you guys. We're getting ourselves organized. We're getting ourselves on the road. It's all up from here. So make sure you guys are with us. On the next episode, it'll be called a different. Oh, my bad. A different sports show. I almost had like an aneurysm right there. A different sports show. So make sure you guys are in tune because we're not gonna stop. This is the place where you get the best laughs, the hottest takes, and the most different aura. Get in tune with us. Have a good day, night, wherever you are. Shout out to Belgium. We're out.